Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released iOS 26.6 Beta 5. iOS 26.6 Beta 5 is available to developers, and iOS 26.6 Public Beta 5 should be out by the time you're watching this video, or sometime tomorrow typically. Now this particular update came in at 1.58 gigabytes on the iPhone 17 Pro Max and was released alongside many other updates, with iPadOS 26.6 Beta 5 and Beta 5 updates for everything else with watchOS, tvOS, HomePodOS, macOS, and visionOS as well, and there's a few older updates for macOS also. Now, when it comes to the overall updates, let's first go ahead and take a look at the build number, then talk about what's new. So we'll go back into our software update under General and Software Update, tap on More Details, and then tap on the version number. As you can see, the build number is 23G5065A, and this particular build, as far as what's new, does not have a new modem update. So if you're coming from Beta 4 to Beta 5, you won't see a difference there. As far as new features, there's nothing here to see at this point, and we're seeing no differences throughout, other than maybe a few different notes in their release notes we'll talk about in just a moment. But as far as other features and updates, the only thing we know that we may be getting is a new feature that allows it for maybe if someone's trying to steal your device away from you, which would typically be under our stolen device protection. If they try and take it away, it would sense that and then auto-lock the display. That's something that they could be including, but we don't know 100% just yet. The only other thing we know about this update is if you reach 3,000 blocked contacts in your phone app, you may have a pop-up that shows you've reached a limit and you can have no additional blocked contacts. So other than that, we really don't know, other than maybe some CarPlay changes, bug fixes here and there. But if we take a look at Apple's release notes, you'll see here that it's slightly different than what we had with Beta 4. So with Beta 5, it actually says they've resolved some issues, but there's a new one here for known issues within messages. It says HDR screenshots might appear garbled when sent in messages. So that's the only thing they're listing here that's new, so there's still an additional bug. Also, the wallpaper dimming bug is definitely here. It's nice and vibrant, swipe home, and it desaturates. Now, this is something I thought was fixed in previous betas, but we're really not seeing a difference here. As far as anything else, well, initial performance is nice and smooth. Things like ProMotion are great. And as far as the overall benchmarks, we'll take a look at that in just a moment, but things seem to be generally smooth. They should be at this point. We're very late in the game, but Apple's really focused on iOS 27. As far as benchmarks, let's take a look at that. You'll see I ran it a few different times, and the best one here is 3,934 for single core, 10,084 for multi-core, so it's doing quite well here. As far as anything else, well, when it comes to battery life, those using iOS 26.6 Beta 3, Beta 4, and now Beta 5 should expect some pretty good battery life overall. So thanks to Connor for sending this in. This is on an iPhone 17 Pro Max, and you'll see he had 3 hours and 43 minutes of screen active time, 17 minutes of screen idle time, using only 32% of the battery. So far it's actually doing quite well, and hopefully it improves even more. But again, we'll talk about that in the weekend follow-up video. But most people right now are just looking forward to iOS 27 Beta 4 and the public beta. Based on what they've done last year, typically what we would expect is maybe the Beta 4 tomorrow and a public beta on Thursday. That's what they did last year. However, they released an RC for iOS 18.6 on the equivalent Monday last year, then Beta 4 the next day, then the public beta after that. So we could see something similar to that, but we just don't know, as Apple hasn't said publicly. As far as anything else, there's not a whole lot more to expect from here. I'm seeing better smoothness already in iOS 27, and so I just wanted to share this, let you know what's out, and of course you can update to it. So if you're wondering if you should install iOS 26.6 Beta 5 at this point, if you're on iOS 26.6 previous betas, definitely install it. If you're on iOS 26.5.2 or earlier, you definitely could try it out, and you may see some improvements. Just make sure you have a backup, and of course you can only restore using a computer, so keep that in mind. Of course, if you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.